Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Bay County. Emerald Coast Jiu-Jitsu is a 6,000 square foot facility with 2 separate mat spaces, a pro shop, and a coffee bar. Jiu-Jitsu programs start at 3 years old through adult. They also provide Muay Thai, wrestling, MMA, yoga, breakdancing, street combatives, and prenatal yoga. Emerald Coast Jiu-Jitsu has been named Best of Bay for the past 2 years, has hundreds of 5-star reviews online, and 50 years combined Jiu-Jitsu experience. Emerald Coast Jiu-Jitsu, providing you with the best martial arts and lifestyle experience possible.
Is your restaurant looking a little tired from the long off season? Is your office a little offish? Start the new year off right by giving them a fresh start. Fresh Start Cleaning is now accepting new clients. Ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services. Fresh Start Cleaning. Get clean again with Fresh Start. Call 850-771-6917, 771-6917, and ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Hammond, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat. The Inside Drive. From college to the pros. Interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Well, Chicago was still cola, and the joint was a bad place to be. Back before Clinton lied to us all on TV. Before microwave ovens cook, for microwave ovens, a girl could still cook and still would.
Misogynist.
The best of the free life behind us now. Are the good times really over for good? Stop rolling downhill like a snowball headed for hell. Stand up for the flag and let's all ring the Liberty Bell. Ding, ding, ding. Let's make Ford and Chevy that'll last 10 years like they should.
What about Dodge?
'Cause the best of the free life is still yet to come, and good times aren't over for good.
Hyundai! Ladies and gentlemen, Merle J. Haggard. Merle J. Haggard. When did Merle Haggard write that song, Jay?
1974-ish, probably.
I like that timeline. I would say
Interesting.
that.
Interesting. He looks like according to the lyrics, looks like he could see into the future. Oh, goodness. But yes, you're listening to The Inside Drive. We've already started off on a hot note with Fun Friday. You're listening probably on ESPN 104.3 here in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. Along that beautiful Forgotten Coast, you can watch, like, listen, comment, subscribe, share, follow. That is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just search it up, ESPN Northwest Florida. You can also download the free mobile app. Where, Jay Henley?
Google Play or Apple Store.
All you got to do is search
104.3.
Bingo. Get that mobile app downloaded if you don't have it already. If you do, we appreciate it very much. We appreciate all of our listeners as we are live every day, Monday through Friday. The Coach James Hill Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Inside Drive, 11 to 1. Afternoon Underdogs, 4 to 6 p.m. That's a half light, half dark show nowadays with the time change that happened last weekend. Certainly making the early morning golf more attainable, but the evening golf gets cut off a little quick.
That's right. Yeah.
A little bit quick. But Lucid Streams TV, which I'm trying to get something going, and my plan kind of backfired, but that's okay. I'm going to see if I can get it going here in just a little bit. But Lucid Streams TV, go to ESPNPC.com. They're offering a free 3-day trial right now, and with code ESPN-NW, you will get $40 a month, Jay, for over 35,000 movies, something like that, 2,000 channels, all the pay-per-view events, sporting events, whatever it may be. Do yourself a favor and save yourself some money, because I know we could all use a little bit of that.
Absolutely.
Jay Henley.
Yes, sir.
Poll question.
All right.
Did the Predator ended up winning yesterday? Or did your girl, Sandra Bullock,
Let's just make an assumption that Sandra Bullock won.
No, I don't like making
that.
assumptions. You know what they say about that?
Exactly. And look at who we got at the studio with us. And between the two of us, we're like two daggum cheeks. Rosie and Red, baby.
Yeah, Rosie and Red. Yeah, you're a little red. A little red.
It's rosacea.
For real.
I mean, it is for real. Yeah, it's a skin disease.
For real.
Yeah, for real.
For real. That's what the kids say.
And then being in the sun.
You're
it's just
always in the sun.
I mean,
you're always in the sun.
I don't want to go see the doctor.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the Predator one. We had some people tell me after the fact that when they heard Sandra Bullock was winning, they jumped in there and voted for the Predator. Why not, right? Predator was an American hero. Just like the song you were singing, Merle. Merle's like Earl, right?
Merle. They're both pearls.
Merle, Waylon, and Willie, baby.
Yeah,
Don't get much better than that in the original Outlaw Cowboys, I do tell you what.
Yes, do tell you what. I got a poll question, though, for today. You had a good one yesterday, kind of thought, but it made my mind get going a little bit.
Okay.
So you've got we'll see how it rolls into a poll question. But my question to you, Jay, is if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Vegetables.
Veggie, that's good. Fiber and iron.
Psych, come on now. Y'all know me better than that. I'd rather eat Vienna sausages than vegetables all the time.
And flaming Cheetos.
I don't know how long that would last, just eating Vienna sausages for the rest of your life. But hey, you never really know.
They survived on bread before that, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
I mean, they were there. We're here, so that's positive. That's positive. What about you, Jay?
Man, golly. What about you, Ryan?
Miso soup.
What?
Yeah, miso soup. Miso soup.
Yeah,
I do like clear soup too, but for the protein of the and the iron of the seaweed, I'm gonna go with miso soup.
When I first started rolling sushi, the chef was like, "Go make some miso soup." I'm like, "I don't even know what that is, bro." You're gonna have to walk me through like a step-by-step process on what happens here. So then I learned how to make it, and then I made it even better than what it's supposed to be because me's so good.
Me's so good.
Oh man, but yeah, I would go with that. It's got hydration, it's got sodium, it's got
There's a green leaf in there. What is that?
Seaweed.
Is that seaweed?
Yeah, and that's got a lot of iron. So, and then the tofu eats up.
So does my golf bag.
Yeah,
you're right.
irons.
Okay, so you're planning on surviving this.
Yeah, and I also really like it.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that's one of those things I could keep eating each day.
Okay. All right.
I could also eat the roast beef sandwich that I make most days too.
Yeah.
But that's more than one just thing. Well, so is miso. It makes up multiple things. What about you?
I would go.
Very curious.
I would go with a filet, 9 ounce, good protein, good hearty You know, you can eat that, you know, like steak and egg for breakfast. You can eat steak sandwich for lunch. You can eat a nice steak for dinner. That's just a whole deal.
I'll give you about a week, and then you're going to try to be desperately trying to find some fiber. But it's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean, that's steak, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can come up with.
Yeah, let's see if anybody commented with their stuff. I don't think David actually gave us an answer on what his would be. David?
Oh, an actual answer.
Yeah.
Man, if I get only one thing, it's so tough, man. It would have to be something with protein in it. So a meat of some sort, and I don't know if you can get any better. I think chicken would be the safer route, right? Because you can just go around like pow, 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 take care of them chickens, right? With the beef, you're going to need, or with the cow or whatever, you're going to need a freezer and all that stuff to
a little more tough to
keep it going.
Turn and clean.
Yeah, exactly. But you can, you know, a chicken a day keeps the hunger away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There you go. T-shirt. I like steak a little bit better. But I think that there's more recipes you can make with chicken. Maybe I'm tripping on that a little bit. I'll go with chicken.
Okay. It's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Chicken, steak, and miso soup.
I can't. That's your answer for miso soup?
Yeah.
Like, that is so bland.
No, it's not if you make it good.
I mean, yeah, facts compared to.
And
look at all the things. See, but look at all the things that we could do with our choices, right?
But, where are you getting all that stuff from?
But what's the
Where are you getting all the stuff for the miso soup from?
I got a garden. Growing tofu.
You're growing tofu. That's disgusting.
Oh God. So I mean, you're on the island, right? So
no, I never said I was on an island.
We're just gotta we live in society, and we're just down to one food.
Yeah, that's it.
So we live in the grocery store.
Yeah, but you can only
get one thing.
You can only buy beef.
You get ration tickets.
Yeah.
And they're like, what you choose,
and I can only buy like broth, seaweed, scallion. I don't know.
But that's not one thing. That's multiple things.
Okay, you're right.
Punching holes in that.
I take it back.
But then again, the chicken, if I'm just getting chicken, then that means I can't get no seasoning.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jay was like steak and eggs, steak sandwich. Like,
whoa. Yeah. Oh, but see, if I get chicken, and if I get live chickens, I get the eggs and the meat.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy. Yeah. Now you get milk and steak. So you got something to drink.
Oh, that's true.
But I can drink egg whites.
But does a dairy cow, do we eat dairy cows?
Typically not, no.
That's what,
That's what it doesn't matter, bro. When you're down to one, you do what you got to do.
Right.
Down to one. Yeah, typically the beef comes from Angus cows and the other cows. Right. The dairy cows are specific to milk. And apparently the reindeers, as we remember from yesterday, are an abundant source of milk.
They sure are.
That's why Santa's so jolly. It's because he's got as much milk as he could possibly want. Doesn't get much better than that, Joe.
No, it does not.
All right, we will talk a little sports here in this first segment before we get to Joe Bond at 11:20 with your fantasy action. We're in the back half of the season now. Playoffs probably in 3 or 4 weeks. They start usually around week 14, week 15. So we're ever so quickly approaching the playoffs. But Thursday night football last night. David sent me a text at the beginning, or maybe it was the group text. I can't remember. He said, this is going to be a fun game. And boy, was he right. The Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals kind of not really back and forth. Bengals got out to a 21-7 lead, and then the Ravens ripped off 21 straight. And then you had multiple scores in the last 2 minutes of the game. And famously, Cincinnati decided to go for 2 at the end of the game. And, what do you think about that decision, Jay, to go for 2? I almost kind of think he went for it. We talk about why you go for 2. If you lose the coin toss, probably the Ravens go down and score. If you win the coin toss, probably go down and score 2 as well, but sometimes you don't want to leave it to a coin toss. And what just happened on Monday Night Football with Bowles and the Bucks, he didn't go for 2. They kicked the extra point, went to overtime. Chiefs got the ball and went all the way down and scored. So,
gotcha.
So
what was the score in the end before?
It was 35-34 was your final score because they went for 2 and they didn't get it. Ooh. But there were some controversial things that certainly happened on that extra point as well, and I was going to get your guys' thoughts on that as well. But yeah, you almost had 3 games in one. For 2.5 quarters, Cincinnati was playing some great football. Joe Burrow looked good. Finally started him in both my leagues, and thank goodness I did, because I am playing you in the Inside Drive League. I don't even know what you do anymore, but you do have Jamar Chase, and he scored 55
Did he really?
points yesterday.
Which is funny, because I've got 2 fantasy leagues where I have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Woo!
but I also have one where I have Lamar Jackson, and I'm taking on Caveman Rick, and he's got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Dang.
It's like 100 to like 30 right now. We've only played one game. But shout out to the Ravens for getting it done last night, man. It's kind of like, it's fun. It goes right back to Monday Night Football, right? With the Bucs and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think that's why he made the decision.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, and again, a lot of the times people will say on the road, go for 2. I just feel like if you're a huge underdog, sure, that's fine, go for 2. But, and here's the other thing, the Bengals have already been in this situation with the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
Where they played an overtime game and they lost the overtime game. So I think in Zach Taylor's mind, regardless of how this may look ill to other people, he was trying to nip it in the bud. Like, we're either going to win this game or we're going to lose this game. And you hate to see hands to the face on the quarterback.
Yeah.
I love to see it because it worked out well for the money side of things.
Yeah.
But right is right and wrong is wrong. You hate to see the quarterback getting a hand to the face and that not being called on a crucial 2-point conversion.
Yeah, absolutely. I did send you something on Twitter that I meant to tell you about before the show that I was going to have teed up or have you tee up for. I sent it a direct message to you on Twitter. Doing better with the Twitter clips. But yeah,
so did you guys get the whole commentary at the end where analytics say they should probably go for 2
now? They didn't even really talk about that, I don't think.
They didn't?
I think he just, as soon as that, I think he had already planned on that drive that if they scored a touchdown, they were going for 2. Because as soon as Jamar Chase caught that touchdown pass at the end of the game, the 2 fingers were up from the coach. And then Joe Burrow put his 2 fingers up as well. But yeah, I mean, it kind of 3 separate games in one. And like I said, the Ravens were down 21-7 and then reeled off 21 straight points. And then each team traded touchdowns in the final 2 minutes. The quarterbacks combined, Jay, for 718 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. 3 of those touchdowns were 67 yards or longer. Jackson's 84-yard touchdown connection to Tylan Wallace was the longest of his career, and Joe Burrow hit Jamar Chase for the other 2. Chase had 264 yards receiving alone, which made Bengals history. He broke his previous record of the most receiving yards in a game by a Cincinnati Bengal. Obviously, it was an important win for the Ravens. They're now 7-3, trying to keep up in that very, very tough division with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who they still trail. The Bengals fall to 4-6, but do have a pretty favorable schedule the rest of the way. So if they played like they played last night, they may have an opportunity to steal a wild card spot there. But listen to this. Joe Burrow stats this season versus the Ravens. They obviously are 0-2 against the Ravens. He has 820 passing yards and 9 total touchdowns. They lost they lost the first matchup in overtime 41-38 and then lost last night by a single point 35-34. So in the 2 games that he's just balled out, they've lost by a combined 4 points. And that's how tough it can be sometimes in the NFL. But obviously one of the more controversial things, like David already mentioned, is the 2-point conversion try. There was actually 2 penalties that were not called on that play. You had a very, very, what some would think was an obvious defensive holding penalty where Gesicki was trying to cut to the middle of the end zone and was getting ripped by the defender, and then Joe Burrow took some hands to the face, and that's forcible contact to the head. And then after the game, Al Michaels and Kurt Herbstreit were talking about it, what happened, and we'll go ahead and play that clip. But certainly controversial. But it's going to get me to a question after this clip for you fine gentlemen.
We go. This is after the throw and the 2-point conversion. Oh, wow. That's another one. And Joe doesn't complain very often. He didn't there. He just kind of grabbed his, wow, look at that follow through. And then you throw that, and then the Gesicki. Terry, what do you see here on both these? The hit, the follow-through on his face mask, and then Gesicki.
Yeah, it was clearly defensive holding before the pass was in flight. That should have been called. And that does look like forcible contact to the head of the quarterback. That's a person that's roughing the passer and should have been called.
Too many games end this way. They just do. Yep. You miss calls, the whole thing. It's so frustrating to the fans. So frustrating.
Jay, were you able to see those on the TV screen?
A little bit.
Heck no, I was hiding that screen from him, boy. Don't be looking back here, brother. Mind your business.
He is a screen watcher.
Yeah.
Indeed. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think?
That's why he don't bring his laptop in no more, because I'll be watching his screen and he started getting a little embarrassed, and that rosacea started popping up a little bit more.
Absolutely. You're not supposed to watch that kind of stuff and use the station's Wi-Fi. That could bring some bad stuff.
I thought we had plans already for that.
It kept freezing. I know.
Lucid.
I know. I'm a little bummed. Actually, I'm very bummed because it was going to be epic.
Have you told him about the plan yet?
No, but I will tell him.
What's the plan?
No, I'm not telling you on the air.
No?
I'll tell you in the break.
It's all right.
Maybe I can get it. Well, I don't know. It just, the movie didn't work. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so
it's elusive.
What do you think? When refs, obviously refs, good. When refs make these calls that are, game situation, game on the line, do you think it should just be, it's part of the game? Or do you think we're going to see some change with the ability to, maybe come back or somebody's watching and not like a challenge review, but like a, hey, that was a penalty, quick review kind of thing? Or do you think it's just part of the game and should be left alone?
Now, Ron, I don't care.
Point, Jay. That's not my point. My point is your thoughts. You gotta have something.
Now, Ryan, you know I don't care, boy. I need the women to get back in the kitchen, and we don't want no microwaves. Come on. Goodness gracious.
What do you care about, Jay? What do you care about?
He cares about the sun shining. He cares about his golf constituents coming and showing up on time and arriving early to their golf lessons. And he cares about them lowering their scores if they're capable of lowering their scores.
Preach it, Brother Ralph Jackson. Preach it.
All right, now, turn your books to the green. Page 1, chapter 1, verse 1.
We almost talked about sports. Almost. And then you just turn that dial.
Now, Ryan, you know better than anybody. I don't care.
Please tell me that this show is being recorded.
Oh, God.
Factual.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Because that's if that's not a clip, a soundbite, I don't.
I just said F8. Thank you for the reminder.
Perfect. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's about a minute probably before that, but yeah. No, you don't get to answer now.
Okay,
I'm going to turn it to David.
David H.
Who might care.
Yeah.
What's the question?
The question is, it should, obviously those were two blatant missed calls, but that should that just be part of the game, or should we have some kind of, how they've introduced this quick review system?
Right.
And I'm not saying we need to challenge penalties.
I don't think that we should have to challenge. If we have some of these situations, right, where by the time that the ref, and you've seen some calls where it's came down and the ref's like almost rolling his eyes like, well, I'm about to make the call and you're overruling me right here. My thing is when there is something that is obvious and egregious, then make the call, right? We're all going to understand if we're seeing it. Now, here's the other thing. We get so far away from the actual human element of this, all right?
Of course.
And so that's one thing that stinks. That's why I like the regular umpires in baseball. As much as people want to complain, I like the human element, right? Because we, as human beings, are not perfect individuals. And so with that, I like the mistakes that happen. However, if we are going to change certain things as they happen, then yes, if there is something egregious like a forcible contact to the head or neck of the quarterback in this day and age where, God forbid, you rough the passer doing your job, then yes, let's go ahead and make the move to where the league can. But again, all we're doing is just giving more momentum as much as we think now, well, to the offense, but also to the referees and to the league, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because as much as we think now that the referees have it in the bag and that they can make calls and they can control the script, if you will, the more power that we give them by being able to change any call at any given time, essentially, the more power that we're putting right into their hands. So it's a danged if you do, danged if you don't situation. But like Jay said, I don't care.
No, you do. And it's a good thing Jay didn't care because we didn't have time for him to care because we got to go ahead and take a quick break. We got to get Joe Bond on the line and we got to talk a little weekly fantasy football. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
Your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's a college football doubleheader with two huge games this Saturday. First, the number 2 ranked Georgia Bulldogs travel to Oxford to play the number 16 Ole Miss Rebels. Coverage starts at 2, kickoff at 2:30. Then the number 11 Alabama Crimson Tide are in Death Valley at number 14 LSU. Kickoff at 6:30 Saturday on your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Friday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 8 miles per hour out of the east-southeast and the high of 83. Tonight, look for a light breeze and some clouds with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 83 and some clouds. Sunday, very warm with a high of 80 and mostly clouds. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards in Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
This is where the reigning SEC tournament champions play.
Left wing, another long 3 ball. Mike Kelly. Goodness gracious. That's a logo 3. Knocked away by Broom. Has a breakaway to the hole. Tigers pick up exactly where they left off.
The Tigers host the Kent State Golden Flashes. Catch the coverage at 6:30 p.m. Central Wednesday on your official home for Auburn basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida. War Eagle.
Suffer from political talk radio fatigue? And tune into the most fun and exciting new radio show on the Gulf Coast. It's The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Jay Henley, ladies and gentlemen, bringing it in big time right there. You peaked early on the show today, Jay. You peaked early in that first segment. Don't want to happen on that one. Maybe you just didn't want to intimidate our next guest too much there. Our next guest joins us every Friday at 11:20. He is currently number 1 in the Fantasy Pros ranking. That is our good friend Joe Bond. Joe, hopefully you got a little bit better stuff than Jay's zombie intro there, because he said he didn't have a song, but apparently he did. He did. But how you doing? How are you? Did you get a little rest after that big game last night?
Yeah, it was a late one, man. That was a good game. Like, nobody left early, so it took forever to get out of the stadium, but well worth it, man. Like, that game was phenomenal last night.
Absolutely. And you were at the Bengals-Ravens Thursday night football game last night there in Baltimore. And like I said, what a game it was. Lots of passing yards, lots of back and forth. And then obviously went for a 2-point conversion. A little bit controversial, some might say, but it just depends on where you hang your hat when it comes to officiating. It's either part of the game or it should be dealt with. And It's a tough one. It's a tough one when you have clear penalties and it defines the outcome of the game. Doesn't necessarily mean that the Bengals would have scored on the next try, but they would have been probably, on the half-yard line, something like that, maybe a little bit closer, a little better chance there. But, it had to be nuts. When the Baltimore scored before the Bengals scored, in those final 2 minutes.
Yeah, the plays are roughed it, man. Full transparency. I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm not a Bengals fan. I'm actually a Commanders fan. Just had a chance to go to the game. Was like, this should be a good one, I guess. Yeah, let's go. And so I went, and it was a good one.
Kind of fun when you don't have a dog in the fight, so to speak, and you just get to watch a really exciting football game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you go to games because you're trying to root for your team. What a football game to go to for you last night.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. But spinning with your theme. Obviously, you're currently ranked number 1 in the Fantasy Pros rankings, and you keep ascending as weeks go on. What are your top 5 rankings for this week? In the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver positions?
Yeah, so quarterback would have been Lamar number 1. And then I've got Allen 2, Daniels 3, Purdy 4, Darnold 5. I liked Burrow, and obviously he crushed last night, so he's probably going to be higher than where I had him. I had him at 7, but I probably you could have easily convinced me to go higher with him, but at the same time, it's like, what are you gonna start him over Jaden Daniels? Probably not.
Yeah.
But most people don't have that decision, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
Running back here, it's Barkley, Henry, Bijan, Kyron Williams, Kamara. Of course, another Thursday night player in there that actually didn't perform very well, sadly, but he did okay, but not typical Henry stuff.
Yeah, Bengals front 7 did a pretty good job. He still rushed for almost 70 yards, which, by Henry standards is a lesser game, but
right.
But yeah, the game kind of turned into a shootout passing. So
it did. The top 5 receivers here, it looks like I might be right on this one. I had Jamar at number 1.
Nice call there.
Jefferson 2, Tyreek Hill 3. I've still got Neighbors at 4. A lot of reservation with that, but the volume is there, man. It's gonna click. It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp at 5.
Nice.
So that's where I'm at with. Do you want tight ends also? Or?
Yeah, why not? All right. Jay loves
Kittle,
the tight end.
Otton. Oh yeah. Kittle, Otton, Kelsey, McBride, Ingram.
Ooh, Kittle. I like the Kittle one there. I've got him in some DK lineups as well, though. So for that reason, But yeah. All right. So question for you. I noticed he was outside of your top 5, but CMC is back this week. Any reason why fantasy owners should be hesitant of taking him off the IR and putting him in their starting lineup?
No. I've got him number 9. It is just. I think it's full system go for Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Shanahan, if he comes out and says, he's gonna split the workload,
that's BS. He never does.
That's like the old Ron Burgundy meme, right? I don't believe you.
Yeah.
No way. He just doesn't do that.
Nope.
He didn't do it even when he didn't have the CMC. Why is he going to do it now?
Yeah.
So if CMC looks even remotely like himself, he's just going to run him like he normally does. You do have to expect a little bit of rust, kind of get back into the game flow. So that's why you rank him a little bit lower this week. But if you have him, you use him. You did not wait 9, now 10 weeks to stash him on your IR to go, you know what? I'm going to wait to see what I got with him.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. No, and like I said, there'll definitely be some rust. Playing in practice versus getting hit in a live football game is 2 different things, but also huge for the San Francisco 49ers. Their red zone woes have been brutal, and he certainly adds a whole other element for defenses to key in on. And I think it opens up the top a little bit for the Niners offense. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk is out for the year with the ACL tear, but when Christian McCaffrey's coming out of the backfield, your linebackers and safeties got to pay a little attention to what he's doing, and that's where Ayuk had found so much success, and Kittle had found so much success. with deep balls, just because it pulls all those defense up, and the Shanahan schemes can get people open beyond that. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing the Niners offense get back to being the Niners offense this Sunday against the Bucks, who defensively really haven't been playing too well, and of course offensively missing their two big weapons. But yeah, they hung in there with the Chiefs. They did pretty good.
Yeah, they actually let Pat Mahomes finish in the top 12 in quarterbacks. First time in a long time. So there you go. That should say something about the Bucks off defense.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, let's jump right into your usage numbers. We always talk about it every week. Anything that stood out, some outliers from week 9 as we move into week 10?
Yeah, so I actually did my usage article on Twitter this week. I just posted a thread. Kids were off school. I didn't really have the time to do the full thing. So just quick notes here. I'm looking at the Cardinals. And not that I think James Conner is going to get taken over here, but it is interesting that both DeMarcado and Trey Benson were more involved. And a lot of people are just going to look at it straight up and go, oh, but it was a blowout, so it was the end of the game. Actually, not really. They both scored touchdowns in the second quarter. So that, to me, is just sort of like, oh, a little alarm bells went off. And, again, I still think it's James Conner by far. But, we see this a lot in recent years where rookie running backs, especially the top ones that get drafted, and Trey Benson is one of those, can take half a year, 2/3 of a year to finally start really get going, and then the team starts trusting them a little more to get more carries.
Yeah, 100%.
So maybe Benson starts getting a bit more. I think DeMarcado's role is what it is. I think it's Benson is the one that you can look at and go, oh, he could actually do what James Conner does.
Yeah, so you might, if you looking for some, 8, 9, maybe if you get lucky, 10 higher upside with a long touchdown run. Trey Benson might be somebody you want to put there in your flex spot, or if you're hurting with the bye week this week.
Yeah, bye weeks are rough.
yeah, it'll certainly change things. Bye weeks, injuries, all those wonderful things. Anybody else, Joe, that comes to mind?
I'll go a little quicker on this one. So Panthers against Jonathan Brooks back this week. That's going to be something I'm going to watch, especially now that they gave Chuba Hubbard a contract.
Yeah, $33 million, 4 years.
Like, okay, didn't you just draft somebody to replace him? But okay, bad teams stay bad, guys, for a reason. Let's just put it that way. Cowboys. Look, Zeke's kind of out the window at this point. So is it finally time to trust Rico Dowdell? We've seen him prove it time and time again. Whenever he gets that workhorse type load there, usage, he's good. Maybe the coaching staff doesn't go with it. I know they're not going to have Dak. They may not have Lamb this week, but so maybe the offense doesn't quite have the ceiling it does. But Dowdell's a guy who I really like, and if he gets the work, we've seen it actually be good. Broncos running back situation, Javonte has not looked good for quite a while, and now they're talking about getting Esteem more usage. It is Sean Payton, so maybe you don't believe that one either. But there's that. Not really a whole lot else with the receivers here. The receivers stay the receivers. I was really hoping to see more Deontay last night with the Ravens to kind of get more of a take on that, but he just still wasn't really on the field.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to know what they're going to do with him once they get him on there and how it's going to affect everybody, because right now it's just there's nothing. There's nothing to go on with that. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, we'll jump into our normal start sit with Joe Bond. Based on your rankings, I think I know the answers to a few of these already, but we'll go through it here. Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield?
Brock Purdy. He's in my top 5, so you probably got that one already. But Baker's got a good matchup, but let's go Purdy with the return of CMC. That team's going to be That team's going to be firing, man.
Yeah, they're going to be missing Charvarius Ward in the backfield. Is unfortunately his 1-year-old. I don't know what kind of illness or disease she had, but she passed away. So he's taking time away from the team. So one of their better coverage corners is not making did not make the trip to Tampa. But still, they've added some depth, and the rookies are really playing some good football for them in the secondary. All right, Kirk Cousins or Josh Allen? Jay, which one do you think he picks?
Josh Allen.
Correct.
Wow, look at you. You're like a fantasy expert.
He picked Josh Allen last week or week before?
Josh Allen's normally near the top of the fantasy, so it's probably always going to be Josh Allen.
He just does so much. The rushing upside with him is just so good. Now, I will say he is going to be missing Coleman this week. Not that Coleman did a whole lot last week, but he may actually be out Coleman and Cooper. Cooper's still questionable. So that could be interesting. But I'm still rolling with Allen in that case.
It just means more rushing yards probably for him.
Exactly.
All right, Jaden Daniels or Jalen Hurts? That's a fun one.
I will actually go Daniels on this one, which is something you would have never. I would have been if you had told me I would have done this in week 10. I would have laughed at you before the season started. But it's Jaden Daniels. His rushing is actually better than Hurts at this point. So that's why you just push him up to the top.
Yeah, makes sense. Rushing upside for quarterbacks is a huge thing. All right, let's go wide receivers. And I kept a couple individual games, some matchups there. But Jalen McMillan or Juwan Jennings? Third and Juwan is back for the Niners this week.
Yeah, I'll go Jennings. I mean, this decision could get made for you because McMillan's still not practicing. But even if he does get in, I'm going Jennings. Somebody to replace the Evans and Godwin usage there in the receiving core is not happening. So you got to go with Jennings. He's proven that him and Purdy have a little bit of a connection there, and with no Ayuk, that's the role he easily takes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shepard kind of seemed to as fit the role for Baker as his number one target, at least last week anyway.
Yeah, it still wasn't great. It was like 4 catches for 40 yards. And then he ran twice. Like he had a couple rushes. It was like, okay, he's not Deebo Samuel. No. Please don't do that to him.
All right, next I got Cooper Kupp or Tyreek Hill.
Oh, this one's close. They're back to back for me. 3-4 in my PPR rankings here. So I'll go Kupp, just volume. He can catch a ton of passes. Hill and Tua have not quite gotten on the same page yet. Like they haven't connected yet. The Miami Dolphins are leaning on that run game a lot when they get in scoring opportunities. So Hill's obviously got the talent. They're just going to get they're going to get one over the top soon. But right now, I would lean Kupp.
Yep, volume is key. Last but not least, Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I will lean Ladd McConkey again. It's a little bit volume, and it's more that I trust it. Caleb Williams has not looked great the last couple of weeks, even though there is a ton of volume going to all 3 receivers now in Chicago, but it hasn't really amounted to much. McConkey had a bit of a down week last week overall because Quentin Johnson kind of stepped up. Yeah. But I'll go right back to that one.
Yeah. No, I like it. I mean, he's kind of developed a good chemistry there with Justin Herbert, and Chargers playing some good football right now. All right, real quick on the running back side of things, I think I know the answer to the first one. CMC or Saquon Barkley?
It's Saquon.
Yeah, for sure.
CMC's great. He's like, you're starting him, but if that was my decision,
and they're going against the Cowboys too, so he's probably gonna feast.
Reeling right now, so
yes. If they don't win this game, which I don't think they will, it's going down quick. All right, a couple more. Breece Hall or Joe Mixon?
Oh, that's a good one. I will lean Breece Hall. I love Joe Mixon. He's easily startable as well, but I will lean Breece Hall in this case.
Yeah, there you go. And last but not least, DeAndre Swift or Ramondre Stevenson?
As much as I don't like the Chicago offense, I just like the Patriots offense even more. And I know Stevenson has been great the last couple of weeks, but I mean, we were just talking about Stevenson almost not being startable for a couple of weeks there. Swift, once we started saying that to him, he picked up and he's really started to get going. And he's like the one bright spot in that offense. So I will go the Chicago running back and DeAndre Swift.
There you go. Joe, we appreciate you taking time out of your day, and hopefully you get some more rest as the day goes on, and get ready for another big week of NFL action. We appreciate you as always, and look forward to talking to you next Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, just a reminder, it starts early on Sunday.
Yes,
by the way.
Germany, Jay.
Ooh, 8:30 game or something like that. So yeah, you got to get in. You got to get your lineups in. Don't hit the snooze button on Sunday.
Good reminder. And if you're in the Central Time Zone, that's 7:30, guys.
Yikes.
That is early. But yeah, Joe, have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, you too, guys. See ya.
All right, you guys listen to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. Okay, Cowboys lost. Here's what's troubling most of all. It's not just the record. Dallas wasn't overpowered. They were just unprepared. I mean, in the third quarter, the Cowboys were going to go for it on a 4th and 1. There was a penalty called. Too many players on the field. What are we doing?
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Dak Cajun Place is your LSU and Saints football headquarters. Saints and LSU fans, wear your team colors and score a free Jell-O shot when your team scores a touchdown. Only at Dak Cajun Place. Get $5 pitchers on select draft beers during all live football games. Catch all the games at once with the NFL package on 27 large TVs at Dak Cajun Place. And the best wings on the beach. The locals' favorite, Dak Cajun Place.
Visit the newly remodeled Mid-South Lumber Hardware and Feed Store in Youngstown. They have a full line of plumbing, electrical, hardware, and tools for your DIY home projects, as well as lumber and animal feed. Now offering not only baby chicks and a full line of poultry supplies, but also bunnies and parakeets. They also carry a wide selection of Duplin wines and gourmet products so you don't have to drive to the beach. Come see us at Mid-South Lumber on Highway 231 in Youngstown.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
For the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley.
This man is destroying golf.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
You may be right, but our ratings are up and we're attracting new youthful sponsors.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Picking up the pieces of my sweet shattered dream. Wonder how the old folks are tonight. Old. Her name was Ann, and I'd be damned if I recall her face. She left me not knowing what to do.
Tequila nights.
Carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Carefree highway, you've seen better days. Morning after blues, from my head down to my shoes. Carefree highway, let me slip away on you.
Good stuff, Jay Henley.
Oh,
Good
that's
stuff.
the highway I like to drive, the Carefree Highway, baby.
Yeah, just move over into the right lane if you're going to be carefree in the left lane. All right?
Straight up, boy, because
Yeah.
I'm about to be on that interstate now.
Yeah.
Now, is carefree, which way, how are you describing carefree?
You don't-
carefree?
Without a care in the world,
Yeah,
right?
You don't care about anything else going on around you.
So you're going 20 miles an hour?
Well, I mean, if you don't care about driving the speed limit, 20 miles an hour a little dangerous, though, on the highway. I wouldn't recommend that.
20 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Yeah.
Facts.
There you go.
You got to live in that, 14-ish over, because that's when you get to 15, that's when the fine increases. 10 to 14 is a reasonable one, but 15 to 24, whatever it may be.
Depends on the travel buddies you're surrounded by.
That's true. Find your rabbit and run.
Yeah.
Run, rabbit, run. We found a couple on the way back from Troy. That was on the back roads, though. Got to be a little more careful on the back
What'd
roads.
you find out?
A rabbit.
Oh, a rabbit.
Somebody that just wants to go. And then you run with that rabbit, and you hope if something happens that the rabbit gets pulled and you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any fact to that, but it makes you feel less anxious when you're going faster than you should.
Smokey and the Bandit would say I'd be tail grabbing.
Tail grabbing?
Yeah.
Well, you get up in there in the draft, right?
That's
They
right.
just pull you along. You don't have to put your foot on the gas
You
anymore.
don't.
You're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, guess who's back?
Who's back?
Back again.
Oh, Slim Shady.
Yeah, no, he is back. He's back. He dropped an album earlier, but
He's been dropping
Jay-Z.
albums.
no, Jay-Z's on that list.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Is he on that list?
yeah.
The
There's a lot-
NFL's got to love that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did he do it?
Yes, he did. Oh goodness! But yes, they might have a live tiger back in Death Valley coming up this Saturday night for the big game, Alabama LSU 6:30 coverage right here. Kickoff 6:30 on ESPN Northwest Florida. But I don't believe it's going to be the genetic line of Mike. The last Mike passed away, unfortunately, and they haven't had a live tiger at an LSU game, I think, for 10 years or so. But the Louisiana governor reportedly wants a live tiger back on the sidelines in Tiger Stadium for the first time in almost a decade. Tiger Stadium at night is one of the best scenes in all of college sports, and even a little crazier when it's a Saturday night game against top 15 ranked Alabama and LSU. According to a report by LouisianaSports.net, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry is facilitating the delivery of a live tiger to be caged and wheeled around on the sidelines of Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge prior to kickoff on Saturday. LSU has a live Bengal tiger mascot named Mike the Seventh that lives on campus of LSU. The school stopped the tradition of bringing the live mascot into the stadium in 2015 after the death of previous mascot Mike the Sixth. University is concerned with the trauma being caged around in front of over 100,000 loud fans, what that could do to a tiger. So it will not be Mike the Seventh in the stadium, according to LouisianaSports.net report. So it looks like they're going to bring in a tiger from outside of the Mike genealogy line. Alabama is 29-10-3 all-time in away games at LSU. The Crimson Tide have won 6 of its last 8 games in Tiger Stadium, but did lose the last trip back in 2022, 32-31 on that walk-off field goal in overtime.
Has this tiger been trained?
Can you train a tiger?
I don't know.
You were in Vegas when the Siegfried and Roy incident went down.
Yeah, sure was.
So you're the one that should be answering this question.
They can't be trained then, because that one could almost talk.
Mike Tyson can train a tiger.
Yep, he sure can.
Yep.
God.
That's the song you need to sing.
Is that Phil Collins' song?
No. Well, that's part of that movie too. But the song that Stu sings when they're trying to find, his, what was his name? I forget. I'm talking about The Hangover, obviously.
Yeah. Oh God, it's been a while since I watched them.
I forget the guy's name in the movie. But anyway, you need to sing that song.
I'll check it out.
Cozy Tiger, we're going to bet you back to Tyson and your cozy tiger bed. Anyway, that brings me to talk about all the live animals that are currently at universities.
Mm-hmm.
We've already talked about LSU and the line of Mikes. The University of California, Santa Cruz. This is one you probably don't expect. One of my favorite mascots in all of college sports, besides the Chanticleer. Chanticleer's with the dub last night over App State. It's because I bet on App State to win, and so Coastal won. So it's kind of like
it's a win-win.
It's like paying money to have your team win sports.
Right.
That's how I look at it anyway.
Yeah.
But University of California, Santa Cruz. Do you know what their mascot is, Jay?
I do not.
It's the banana slug.
Oh.
The bright little banana slug, indigenous to the forest floors of Santa Cruz, became the official mascot of UC Santa Cruz upon student request in 1986. The game day mascot is actually a student dressed up in an unreasonably silly costume, but you can find real banana slugs squirming all over campus. Number 3, the University of Austin. You know the name, right?
Not Longhorn.
Well, yeah, he's a Longhorn steer, but what's his name?
Oh, I can't remember. I don't know. What is it?
Bevo.
I would have never guessed that.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have Bevo in the back of your mind?
Nope.
Anyway, obviously, Bevo is current, and this was a few years ago, but this is Bevo Bevo 14. They put it in Roman numerals, so I had to think about it for a second. They might be on to Bevo 15 now at this point. I don't know. But he's obviously caused some havoc there. Carnegie Mellon University isn't the only school that chose an adorable dog to represent him, but it's the only one that got theirs gifted to them by Bill Cosby. Apparently, the comedian has a thing for Scottish Terriers. Not just Scottish Terriers, Jay. And they named this one Scotty. That's Carnegie Mellon University. I'm guessing that's where Bill Cosby went to college. The University of Southern California. University of Southern California is often jokingly referred to the University of Spoiled Children, and their expensive purebred Andalusian horse, Traveler 7, isn't exactly helping disprove that stereotype. Little purebred Andalusian horse that the Trojan rides out on, and they do the thing with the sword.
Oh, that's right.
Stuff. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Colorado State University. Do you know what their live mascot or live animal is? It's what their mascot is, so you should be able to get this. Come on.
Kind of they're a green team.
They are green.
I do remember that.
I didn't ask you the color, though.
I can't remember. Let's see, you got the Buffaloes, and then you got, don't know.
You got this.
Nope.
What travel up in the mountains?
Bears.
Facts.
Yeah. Antelope. Reindeer.
Antelope are in the desert.
Travel in the mountain lions?
No, you do, yeah, but you're getting closer. What has big curly horns?
Oh, yeah, ram.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Colorado Rams. And Colorado State University has Cam the Ram. He's used to, and the reason they call him Cam the Ram, not because it rhymes, because Colorado State University used to be called Colorado Agricultural and Mechanical College. Cam the Ram at Colorado State University. United States Naval Academy. It's not a what did you call the three animals yesterday when you combined?
Oh man, what was it? Goshama.
A Goshama. It's one of the Goshama's predecessors. The United States Naval Academy had brief stints with a cat and a dog and a carrier pigeon as its mascot, but Bill became the official United States Naval Academy's mascot in 1904.
Wow.
Anything?
No, I have
Okay,
nothing.
so the Goshama is what animals? It's a goat, a llama, and a sheep.
Yeah.
Which one of those is the mascot? I'm giving you a 33.3.
The llama.
No.
The sheep.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anybody has a llama as a mascot. That'd be a good one, though. There
It
might be.
would.
There might probably out there. But yes, United States Naval Academy. Bill the Goat, Billy Goat, is the official mascot. The United States Air Force Academy. Jay, any idea? This is a bird. What type of bird does the United States Air Force Academy have?
It's got to be an eagle, right?
No.
Oh.
Come on. Air Force. The jets fly fast.
Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds are part of the Air Force, yeah, but that's not I don't know if that's a real bird. I don't think there's a genus with a thunderbird.
What do you mean? Henry T. Ford created that thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure did.
Sure enough. What bird flies really, really, really fast?
An eagle.
Yeah.
He ain't backing down, brother.
No, it's not an eagle. It's not an eagle.
They also play in Atlanta.
Oh, the falcon. The falcon. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have known that one. All right.
The
you'll
F-16, the falcon. Yeah, makes sense.
Well, F-16 is actually F-15 is an eagle, and F-16 is is it a falcon? No.
We should know this.
No, should we?
We're not. I don't know.
Yeah. Obviously, you don't know.
No. The Falcon. Air Force Falcons.
Yep. That's indeed there. Yeah, F-16 is a falcon.
Son of a gun.
You would.
A blind hog finds an acre every once in a while.
You never cease to amaze me. Had no idea on some things. Some things you don't even care about.
Right.
And then other things you get blindly correct. University of Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Ralphie the Buffalo. I love Ralphie.
I was going to ask you what the name was, and but you already knew it.
Yeah.
Look at you. Yep, Ralphie the Buffalo. Do you know Ralphie is actually a female?
No. Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
because male buffaloes are extremely aggressive.
Get rid of that microwave. Get back in the kitchen, Ralphie.
Ralphie! Who knew buffaloes could live such dramatic double lives? The males are very aggressive. The females are a lot nicer. So Ralphie is indeed a female buffalo. University of North Alabama. I had no idea about this one. They've got lions. Before you get concerned about the UNA mascots living in poor conditions, know that Leo III and Una, at least they got a partner, live in a 12,000 square foot climate controlled facility that has a price tag of $1.3 million and annual maintenance fees of $35,000. So they got the lions up there, but they're not in the Sahara Desert hunting antelope, but they're certainly living a good life. That's for sure.
Let me ask you this, Ryan.
Go ahead.
I have not been on the Auburn campus in quite some time. Do they still have is there a live tiger in the Auburn campus? Why do I feel like at some point there was a live tiger?
I don't know if there was at some point. I know there isn't,
but there's not now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I got you.
All right, but
They opted for the eagle.
Yeah. Yep.
That wasn't a good eagle.
No, that was pretty good.
I'll stick to the dolphin. All right, so anyway, we got a few more. University of Arkansas, Tusk is the Arkansas Razorback mascot, but he's actually a Russian boar, Jay. He's not a North American Razorback. The farce that Arkansas is living under. Baylor University has a what?
Bear.
Bingo. It's Judge Sue Lady Schoen, the judge. It's named after a professor there at Baylor. Do you know what South Carolina is?
Oh, the Fighting Gamecock.
Yeah, Big Spur. Sir Big Spur.
Yeah.
Got to watch out for that Spur, man.
That's right.
So if he's got to make sure he's got hens and not roosters for his chicken situation.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a rooster, you don't have fertilized, but you don't need the eggs to be fertilized unless you want to eat more chickens.
That's right.
And this isn't Chick-fil-A.
No.
All right, last but not least, Auburn University.
Yeah.
Two eagles right now currently. They've got Independence and Aurora. Which one is the bald eagle? Which one is the golden eagle?
I would say Independence would be the bald.
Correct.
All right.
That's a good word association there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aurora's the big golden eagle. It's a massive. Golden eagles are huge. They're wingspan taller than you, Jay.
Now, do both eagles fly at the beginning of the game?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one. But they kind of, and obviously they have a huge aviary veterinary program up there in Auburn. So a lot of the birds that get hurt actually go to Auburn for rehabilitation and all that. But when we get back, I'm anxious to hear the Afternoon Delight debriefs that you're going to bring to the table today. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's a college football doubleheader with two huge games this Saturday. First, the number 2 ranked Georgia Bulldogs travel to Oxford to play the number 16 Ole Miss Rebels. Coverage starts at 2, kickoff at 2:30. Then the number 11 Alabama Crimson Tide are in Death Valley at number 14 LSU. Kickoff at 6:30 Saturday on your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Friday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 8 miles per hour out of the east-southeast and the high of 83. Tonight, look for a light breeze and some clouds with a temperature near 72. Tomorrow, a high around 83 and some clouds. Sunday, very warm with a high of 80 and mostly clouds. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2024 Kia. You'll see why everyone is talking about Kia. The 2024 Kia will give you the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in a luxury sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Drive away today today in a new 2024 Kia K5. Performance, power, and design built just for you. Discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia, the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you just like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight.
And now, the afternoon delight debrief with the three degenerates from the Inside Drive. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Afternoon delight.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night when everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And you know the night is always gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you's working up my appetite, looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite, and the thought of loving you is getting so excited. Sky rockets in flight. Pew! Afternoon delight.
Jay Henley, ladies and gentlemen, and Ryan Moby on the vocals.
My best Ron Burgundy impression. I need to get Marty B to come in and just beat him the entire show because he is fantastic at it. But it's Friday. You're listening to the Inside Drive. The guitar's been bringing us in. Maybe it'll bring us out at one segment. I don't know. We've never done that before. Kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida right here in Panama City and Panama City Beach. 101.9 in Port St. Joe along that beautiful Forgotten Coast. Watch, like, listen, comment, subscribe, share, follow. If you do all that, we appreciate it very, very much. That is our social channels, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We also stream live there every day. You can go back and watch all those shows as well. That is just search ESPN Northwest Florida, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can download our free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. 104.3 is all you got to search up. Head over to ESPNPC.com. Scroll down, find Lucid Streams. It's the TV channel icon. You get a free 3-day trial right now. You can also sign up using code ESPN-NW for merely $40 a month. That is way less than you're paying for your streaming services right now. And this one's got even more than you currently have. 10,000 movies, over 2,000 channels, all the live events you want to watch, and you don't have Netflix, you want to watch that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight next Friday, all you can do is sign up for Lucid Streams and just follow ESPNPC.com to make that happen. Got to thank our studio sponsor, Bill Kramer GM and Kramer Marine and Outdoor, located right there at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd Street. Tons of beautiful vehicles in stock, big trucks, big SUVs. If you got your own business and you need a vehicle, you can get that tax write-off for 2024. As long as it's over 6,000 pounds, just go over to a salesman there. They'll get you guided in the right direction. Of course, they've got service not only for GM vehicles, but all vehicles as well, express and regular service, tires at cost. Then while you're there, Kramer Marine and Outdoor, they sell the family of Seaborn, Spider, Sundance, and Skeeter. You can check out all that new and used inventory at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com. And then they've got great mobile service. Yamaha Master Certified Mechanics can come right to your dock and get your boat back out on the water ASAP. Jay, do you know what's coming up on ESPN Northwest Florida this weekend?
What is?
Football.
Yes.
Lots of football. We are drinking from the fire hose worth of football this weekend. Coming up Saturday, that is tomorrow, Jay. We'll have the ESPN Radio College Game Day running all morning, and then the first game tomorrow will be 2 p.m. coverage. Kickoff 2:30. That is Georgia at Ole Miss, followed by Alabama, LSU, and whatever the name of the live tiger that'll be around the stadium before kickoff. That kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We turn the page to Sunday, and we've got NFL football action. The coverage starts at 11 a.m. First game's going to be Steelers at Commanders. That's going to be a fun one. And then the Jets-Cardinals will follow that game. And then Sunday night football, Lions at the Texans. Coverage starts at 6:30, kick at 7:20. And then Monday night football, Dolphins at the Rams, 7:30 p.m. coverage. kickoff at 7:15. Jay, I don't know who brings you more football than us. Besides Lucid Streams.
That's true.
But that's kind of us too.
Yeah.
So I'll take credit for that one. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Which one are you going to go with first?
Well, let's go with headlining. I got this from NPR News. Dozens of monkeys escape from South Carolina research facility.
Biolab research facility.
What in the world? Things always happen crazy over there in South Carolina.
South Kakalaki, man.
I guess so. Yeah, it's just crazy. Dozens of monkeys have escaped from a research facility in Yemassee, South Carolina, prompting police to urge residents to lock their doors and windows until the primates have been captured.
Who are they calling to bring in all these monkeys? I feel like that'd be a fun job.
That would be a fun job.
We got the bio monkeys out. Let's go. Strap up.
I mean, what is bio monkey? Does it mean they're smarter than?
No, it just means they're testing things on the monkeys, which PETA does not like.
Oh, I bet.
But they've escaped.
Yeah. The Alpha Genesis Primate Research Center is home to 43 of these escaped female primates.
Well, the good news is we know they can't reproduce.
This is true. This is true.
It's only going to be 43, unless one of them's already with child.
Right.
Or with monkey, I should say. With baby monkey.
The good or bad news here, Ryan, is that they weigh about 6 or 7 pounds.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is, the size of a little chihuahua or something.
Yeah.
I mean, they're small.
Small monkeys.
The Yemassee Police Department, in collaboration with Alpha Genesis, have initiated search teams to help locate the escaped primates. Alpha Genesis currently have eyes on the primates and are working to entice them with food. The public is advised to avoid the area as these animals are described as skittish, and any additional noise or movement could hinder their safe capture. The monkeys have never been used for testing due to their young age, and they're too young to carry diseases. That's good news as well.
Yeah. What have they been testing on these guys?
Let's see.
They got laser beams on their heads.
Right. Oh, God. I can't imagine.
Do you know how many species of primates there are, Jay?
No.
379.
You were right, with over 300. So it could be 379. It could be 822 as well.
Wow.
A lot of species of primates.
Jay, do you know how many primary colors there are in the spectrum of colors?
I do not.
Roy G. Biv.
Oh, is that it? Roy, or 1, 2, 3.
Isn't it just 3?
I don't know. I just want to say Roy G. Biv.
But I don't know if they have captured these.
No. Isn't it?
I thought there was more than 3, but maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about the F-16.
Blue, green, and red, right? Maybe yellow.
But blue and blue and green make yellow. Yeah, that's why
red, yellow, and blue. Red, yellow, and blue. No green, because yellow and blue.
Yeah.
And then secondary colors are orange, green, and purple.
Secondary means 2 primaries make a secondary.
Exactly.
Man,
way to go, Ryan.
It's like the flow chart of colors.
I love a good flow chart.
Yeah. You sound like Marge.
Yeah.
That's good. You had a good Marge impression. Wouldn't have known that until today.
Oh, God.
All right. Bring the heat on this next one for me.
Well, I did find out monkeys follow leader. They follow the leader. Did you ever have barrel monkeys when you were a kid?
Mm-mm. They'd all attach to that top monkey. He's the leader. Or she's the leader. I don't know. It's the leader.
Curious George. I remember Curious George.
You never had barrel monkeys?
Mm-mm.
David, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Good. I was about to
I'm more cultured, though, than Jay is.
Yeah, that's true.
That guitar is more cultured than Jay is. It is a great guitar. All right. Bring the heat, man.
We've been waiting all week for this.
I've been sitting ever since I found this one this morning. I've been sitting on go waiting.
Oh yeah, I get peer pressured here. I mean, I walk in and you want to read this?
Hey Jay, do you think I care? No, I don't. Look, I'll say the word for you so we get it out of the way.
Oh,
butt plug.
Oh, we're doing a little MRI.
Yes.
All right.
This goes down as the greatest personal injury case anyone has ever heard.
1-800.
What an analogy.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the first 4 letters.
Anal.
Chris Goodnow. Chris Goodnow is this gentleman's name.
He was not good then, but he's good now.
Chris Goodnow, an estimated Valley attorney. Okay, never mind.
That's the attorney's name.
That's the attorney's name.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Has picked up a client who is suing a sex toy company. Said client purchased a
Yeah, you can say it.
Butt plug that was
there you go.
advertised.
Like fast forward.
Yeah. If I say it real fast, nobody will hear it.
BP, that was advertised as 100% silicone. Client wears butt plug to MRI appointment. Much to client's dismay, the butt plug, in fact, has a metallic core.
You never bring metal into an MRI.
No. The butt plug is accelerated at the speed of sound, IP into client's chest cavity.
Yes.
Described in memo as an anal rail gun. Client survived with major injuries.
Major
injuries. And I'm looking at the MRI results here, and the verdict is in. And I do see...
That was painful.
Do you think he'll win the case, Jay?
I mean, he does have a case. I mean, it's supposed to be silicone.
And it had metal in there.
Yeah, it had metal
100%.
Instead of sharding, he might have been sharding.
Yeah. Not good. But I mean, maybe they had a little small fine print on the packaging that said may contain metal. Please do not wear during an MRI.
May contain nuts.
Yeah.
We'll close this out with the caption here: "An ambulance chaser's dream."
Oh man! But I mean, it's the speed of sound ripping through your insides and ending up in your chest cavity.
Is that something we really want to think about?
No. But that's why it's the afternoon delight debrief.
We got to get debriefed on it.
Yeah. No doubt. Moral of that story, Jay?
Don't ever use them, period.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the morals.
Is this what subject gender are we looking at here?
I mean, I don't know.
Didn't we say his name was Mike Greenwood?
No, Chris Goodnow's the attorney.
That's the attorney. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe this guy was a little nervous of going into the MRI.
Why is
maybe
the guy wearing this in the first place?
Well, because he may be nervous and he may have irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, he's just got to keep everything in.
Yeah, I mean,
it's literally doing what the job its name is.
It could be. I mean, let's face facts here.
Yeah,
we're facing them.
Don't wear one to your first colonoscopy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, because they got to open up anyways, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a nice precursor.
Appetizer.
Well, I guess, yeah, there you go. Maybe that makes it easier for your colonoscopy, right?
Yeah. Just relax.
24 hours.
Just breathe. Just breathe. You are looking a little squirmy on the show today, so.
Emma.
You got something to tell us?
What?
He's already had his second colonoscopy.
No, I haven't. I'm going to get it next year, though.
45?
Yeah.
They say 40 is the new 45 when it comes to colonoscopies, yeah.
They also say 91 is the new 23.
I like that. I like that.
No one says that, but I'm making it up.
Yeah.
Follow me if you want to feel young, even in your olden days.
It's a mindset, right? It's a mindset. Yeah. Well, thank you for reading that. I know that made you feel uncomfortable, but hey, that's part of the Afternoon Delight debrief's allure, some might say, is comfortability and trying to make you uncomfortable.
Right.
All right, here's a regular story. Arkansas State's bus broke down on the way to Alabama, and the person who fixed it was none other than their head coach. Blue Collar Roots. Arkansas State's bus broke down on the way to face number 2 Alabama on Friday. Who is there to try and replace the shredded belt? Head coach Brian Hodgson, man of many talents. Talk about blue collar, hard-working class. That's what you got here with Coach Hodgson, a.k.a. the Shark. Listen, mid-major basketball can have its ups and downs. Every night you're playing for glory of one day getting to the big dance and knocking off a major team and having your highlights in that one shining montage. But most of all, most of the time you're in your grind of playing in half-built arenas and battling for 5 months only to have your season come down to some wacky conference tournament game at a neutral site. And worst of all is taking the bus to some games. And it's a tough balance for programs like this, but it's always good to see the ad pop up in your way. It's always good to see some of the guys in the grind and their personality. I've gotten to know Brian Hodgson, and here's some of the most impressive. He is one of the most impressive guys in the business. The story, you can have a link to go find out more about it. But he was lucky enough to go to a game last year with Frank, and every person drove down there immediately loved the culture. So, of course, when the bus breaks down, a guy like the Shark is there to fix it. A perfect example to his players to not make excuses, not shy away from hard work, and sometimes you got to get a little dirty if you want to accomplish your goal. What a great example to players everywhere. Wolves up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a comment on the butt plug
You
story.
do, or somebody does?
Somebody texted me the comment.
Oh, wow.
And it was very disastrous.
Gotcha.
Disastrous.
Disastrous.
They probably had a few words there capitalized that weren't capitalized in the rest of the lettering.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know any more puns. Yeah, it was a good story.
Great story.
Glad it graced our presence.
It was asinine.
Yeah, some might say that. Dangerous. Rectimonious.
Yes, it was.
All right, here's one for David.
Oh, boy. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, fine then. I'll just close my laptop
I'm just
and
going
go
back
home.
to Jay's.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I'm not Jay. Kangaroo captured after 3 weeks on the loose in Florida. Your opportunity came and gone.
Dadgummit, man. You got to let me know ahead of time.
I know, not after the fact. The kangaroo that escaped from its Florida enclosure while fleeing from a bear has safely returned home.
This is Florida as it gets.
Later. Volusia Sheriff Mike Chitwood said the kangaroo was first spotted hopping around Pearson on October 17th and was later found to have escaped from its owner's property due to a bear entering its enclosure. Kristen Turner, a spokesperson for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, said the kangaroo was spotted at 8 a.m. Wednesday. The FWC investigator and the kangaroo's owner responded to the location, where the kangaroo was successfully captured and returned to its home after bedded down in heavy cover. Turner told the Daytona Beach News Journal. Kangaroos are legal to keep as pets with a permit in Florida.
Yes, sir.
Which we
figured that out.
Yeah, which is crazy that we've already went over that a few times here.
I think I've traded my dream in, though.
Yeah.
Nah, no, I don't know if I want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Donkey's a lot more easy.
Exactly.
You don't have to do paperwork.
And I feel like we're kind of on the same wavelength as, like, if I was an animal, I'd probably be a donkey.
I don't know. You got a little more energy. A little more energy. And you don't have to worry about the donkey, punching you in the middle of the night.
That is true. I guess I would be more like a kangaroo as far as, like, my personality. It also depends on, am I in a public setting or a private setting? Because a lot of the times I can just be by myself chilling.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
that's
be the donkey, sometimes be the kangaroo.
That's right.
I'm a donkaroo.
Ooh, dunkaroos.
Ooh. Yeah, chocolate or vanilla icing?
Vanilla all day.
All daggum day. Sprinkles or not?
I could go either way.
I'm without the sprinkles.
Yeah, OG.
I'll take the sprinkles and sprinkle them onto the ground and say, that's where you belong.
Sprinkles. Sprinkles. Okay.
What's Dunkaroo?
What?
You don't
Seriously?
say that. This was around your time.
No, I'm serious. What is it?
It's a snack.
Yeah.
It's another chemically created.
It's like little cookies, right?
Yeah,
like kangaroo cookies?
little cookies that come in a little container and
container, right?
Yeah, blue container, and it's got a little dunking area where they put icing. It's
kind of like the cheese sticks, but sweet.
You dunk the cookie in and you eat it, or you can make the little.
Well, you do a little
sandwich.
Dunkaroo.
Yeah, you Dunkaroo. Yeah, donkeys and brews combined made Dunkaroos. That's actually where they came from.
Yeah,
the donkey brews made.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a donkey and a kangaroo making love before? You haven't, but if you did, you'd be awed.
And it would give you some Dunkaroos.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, vanilla all day. All day.
Yeah.
The chocolate was it didn't taste as good as the vanilla.
It tastes like Australian chocolate, which just isn't good for your health system.
That's true. It's true. It makes you flush the toilet the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All day. All day. But yeah, that's your kangaroo story. Jay, you got any other ones?
I do not.
Well, you got a minute and a half to make something up, brother.
Give us a real life one.
Well, real life.
I know you're on the spot.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
It's okay.
I don't have anything.
It's okay. This is not a surprise, and we probably talked about this one already. What state consumes the most beer during an 18-hole round of golf?
Louisiana.
Bam. South Carolina. New York.
Florida.
Ohio.
Florida.
No, we can't count ourselves in that. We already know we're number one at everything.
4.8 beers per round on average for the state of Florida.
Light, right?
I mean, I guess if you account for everybody who doesn't, you know, you know, and then you got the 12 packers out there, you know, they're on the opposite side, and then you got the zeros. So
one per shot, baby, one per shot, a shot per hole, and one beer per hole.
So they came up with 18.
That's right.
Scotch. Fifth of Scotch. It's got 18 shots in it. Yep. And then they couldn't drink anymore. Probably not walk anymore either.
That's why golf carts were invented.
Yeah, no, there you go. That's how golf carts were invented. Nothing says golf like a GUI.
Golfing under the influence?
A GCUI. Golf carting under the influence.
Yeah. I know in some states you could ride a horse under the influence.
Yeah. Lawnmowers, you get a DUI.
Yeah, you can get that. Bikes, you can get them on all.
A buoy.
A lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that, right? Yeah, lawnmower.
Literally just now.
If you're cutting your grass, you're fine. Just don't get on the the open roadways.
Yeah. You don't have insurance for your lawnmower, probably, so. Number two.
Not road legal either.
Who do you think? Yeah, probably not. Who do you think is number two? It's none of the ones y'all said.
California.
Nope.
Don't know how to party.
I didn't say
Texas.
Yeah.
Hey.
Texas.
I know my beer in golf.
Number 2, 4.6.
Birdies and beer, brother. I'll tell you what.
Beer.
Yes, sir.
New Mexico, South Carolina tied with 4 point. Or actually, Pennsylvania, New Mexico, and North Carolina all tied with 4.3.
Oh, I thought you said Transylvania. My bad. That's why I was trying to.
1, 2.
Are they factoring in Topgolf?
I don't have statistics on this. I just have.
That's too expensive to be drinking 5 beers around.
Yeah, $12 a pop. It's like going to the stadium. We got to take a quick break because we got Aaron Bearden coming up for our 12:20 segment. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't plug it up.
ESPN Northwest Florida, your home for Mike Greenberg.
If I had a vote for MVP to this point, I would give it to Jaden Daniels. He has given them a belief they didn't previously have. He's had Heisman moments. He has completely changed the entire trajectory of an organization through this play and the force of his leadership and personality. My midseason MVP is Jaden Daniels.
Greeny. Weekdays on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Friday. Partly cloudy the rest of the day with a gentle breeze out of the east-southeast around 8 miles per hour and temps near 83. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be hot at 72. Partly cloudy tomorrow and a high 83 with a gentle breeze. Mostly clouds Sunday with a temp of 80. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Calling all art and craft lovers. It's time for the Fall Fling. The Women's Civic Club is hosting a juried arts and crafts show and sale, and you won't want to miss it. Mark your calendars for Saturday, November the 9th from 9 to 3 at Frank Brown Park Recreation Center. Browse through amazing handcrafted items, find unique gifts, home decor, jewelry, and so much more. Suggested donation just $1. For the perfect way to kick off your holiday shopping season, don't miss the Fall Fling.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they will get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
Broadcasting live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios.
Have a quick stretch first.
The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
Must have pulled something playing hoops last week.
And Jay Henley.
I know you're not putting that rock up from here. You ain't got no Jay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Well, this life that I've lived has took me everywhere. There ain't no place I ain't never gone. England. It's kinda like the saying, heard so many times, there just ain't no place like home.
Sweet home Alabama.
You ever see a she-gator protect her youngins? A fish in a river swimming free.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Did you ever see the beauty hills of Carolina, the sweetness of the grass in Tennessee. And Lord, I can't make any changes. Stubborn. All I can do is write them in a song. 'Cause I can see the concrete slowly creeping. Lord, take me and mine before that comes.
Jay Henley, ladies and gentlemen.
Way to be, Jay.
Welcome back. You know they have on that, they have a thing where it'll scroll automatically for you.
Yep.
No way.
Really? You didn't know that? Okay. Really? You didn't?
It's a lot easier on your computer.
Yeah, it's
well, that's true. But you keep looking at my screens, right? I'm just kidding.
Well,
Yeah, looking at that.
hey, we are in a public environment right now.
That's true.
To a certain degree.
I mean, I would consider this, it's a workplace, right?
Yeah, and people can hear us, so it's certainly public. That was good, Jay. Good job.
Thank you.
We got one more for you to bring us in here in this next segment. I'm excited to see what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But who do we got on the line, Jay?
Aaron Bearden
from Instant Replay Sports Cards. Aaron, how are you doing on this beautiful Friday?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing wonderful. It's Friday. We always have a lot of fun on Fridays, and you're a big part of that fun, which we appreciate it very, very much. I'm going to start off with a question for you. How do you feel about records? Do you like records to be safe, or do you like records to be broken? The reason why I ask that is because a lot of times value is, for a lot of the things that you guys deal with, is associated with records.
Okay, see, it took me a minute. We're coming in off Jay playing, and I'm like, are we talking music records, or are we talking sports achievement?
Felt the same way, Aaron.
I'm sorry for not being more clear, but no, records indeed, like sports records. And the reason I bring that up is Alexander Ovechkin is now within 34 goals of passing Wayne Gretzky's NHL all-time goal record. He'll never beat points. He'll never beat assists. But there's a big record, certainly, that's getting closer to being broken. So I was just curious what your thoughts were on records, given you deal with the sports world, where records can certainly affect value of various different things.
Yeah, outside of the collectible thing, I mean, that's a whole other, kind of arbitrary thing that really doesn't have anything to do with the sport itself. I feel like as long as we're not watering down the sport and, making it easier to accomplish those things, look, if we knew those records were never going to be broken, it would sort of take some of the fun out of watching, right?
That's fair.
I mean, you'd like to think there's somebody going to come along that's going to do something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
And, I think at any point, if you could put your finger down and say, stop right here, and, you're going to lose all the athletes after that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind them being broken as long as they're being done under the same conditions, as close as possible as the record was set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aaron, we're coming off a fresh 20-minute segment of Afternoon Delight debrief, and I was forced to tell a story about a guy that had a butt plug in this MRI, and it got caught.
Forced to tell the story?
Yeah, I was forced.
Yeah,
I was forced.
We held him up, and he's like, I don't want to do it, but I'll do it.
Yeah,
I put a tomahawk to his head.
Right.
It's beautiful.
So you're saving me with this segment here. Have you?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Anything crazy? I want an Aaron Bearden Afternoon Delight story. If he's got one, and I'm putting him on the spot, and he can punt if he has to.
Unlike you, you're not allowed to punt.
I can't punt.
No, never.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pressure of your co-hosting here when you're here on the Inside Drive.
Well, I don't know that I've got a story like that.
Yeah, no, that was a bad segue from Jay. Our normal Afternoon Delight debriefs are like, these 43 monkeys escaped from a biolab in South Carolina. That was our one before that one, but we try to have a fun segment at 12 o'clock most days.
You get to travel. I mean, you were in Tampa a few weeks ago, and you get to go. I mean, I'm sure you see some crazy stuff out there, right? Like something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. All these shows I go to, I mean, you see the weirdest, most unusual, and some not weird in a bad way per se, but sometimes just things you're like, wow, okay, I can mark that off my bucket list. Tampa, somebody, sometimes at these shows, it's more and more frequent. You see it if you go to restaurants and things. people have service animals, comfort animals, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's more frequent. So last year at the show in Tampa, somebody brought an owl into the show. They had on I don't know the terminology, but, more basically a leash or whatever tied to the legs. It wasn't going to fly away. And, you see those things. This year, somebody brought in a goat dressed as a pirate, and they were walking him on a leash like a dog.
Yeah.
No way.
I've never seen a goat out in public on a leash dressed up as anything before.
Huh.
Those are real life afternoon delight debriefs.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You don't get up in the morning thinking, hey, today's the day I'm going to see a goat in a costume.
But that was
walking around greeting celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's you see those sorts of things. It's kind of neat to me sometimes doing these events, seeing interactions between people. And I mean, like some of these actors and things who you would think maybe would see each other all the time or talk to each other or something like that. I got to see a while back Kiefer Sutherland and Lou Diamond Phillips and, I think maybe Dermot Mulroney. I actually saw the three of them reunite for like the first time in 25, 30 years or something like that. The moment they all three saw each other. And they're like, yeah, we haven't, since we did it like Young Guns together, so we haven't actually all three been in a room together.
Wow.
And it's kind of neat just kind of being there, just observing them, just the questions they were asking each other, about how's your family and, these sorts of little things that we all do when we see somebody we don't, see all that often. But to go out, we all know who all three of these guys are. It's kind of neat to, and then they sort of brought us into that little conversation and turned like, oh, yeah, you're here too. Hey, we're going to give you some insight into what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of neat to observe.
Have you ever met like Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, any of those guys?
No.
Have you?
I've met big name people. I've met people with Oscars and, William Shatner and, met a lot of big household name people.
Okay, who's the most famous person you met?
Shaq.
Shaq?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody knows Shaq. You can't go into an Office Depot without knowing who Shaq is, right?
And fortunately, I was on a hill, and I've got the picture, but I was behind Shaq, and he was below me, and it looks like I'm like up to his chin, and I'm like, that's kind of cool.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll pivot and talk about some instant replay stuff. I know you had a big release a couple days ago coming into the shop that people were excited about. What was that one, Aaron?
Yeah, well, it's a good release week. It's a good time of year for baseball. We've got Stadium Club just came out this week. Yeah. Stadium Club's always a big one. Great photography in that set. I don't know how they keep coming up with pictures of some of these players like Hank Aaron and Ted Williams that, we figured we'd seen all the pictures of those guys that were taken. But no, Stadium Club finds a way. So it's a great release. We got the hobby box. We got the compact box, which is basically half a hobby box. And we've got the what they call the value boxes, the blaster boxes. Cheaper than you can get them at the Walmarts and Targets and all that. So, come down, grab some Stadium Club while it's still around. It's a hot year with Ellie De La Cruz, Paul Skeens, a couple of those Texas Ranger guys. There's some really good rookies in there driving that product.
Yeah, no, go check it out for sure. Now, last week on our show, you had a big announcement, and if people weren't listening or tuned back in after the fact, can you remind everybody about the new added pretty cool perk that you guys are going to have there at Insert Replay?
Certainly. In fact, we're putting up signage right now. Still, we are a CGC authorized dealer. In fact, what they told us, we're the only ones in North Florida. So if you're familiar out there, CGC Grading, they are the top name in comic book grading. They're pretty much the top name in like Pokemon card grading. They are also a major sports card grader. They do coins, paper money, all sorts of things. They are partially owned now by Fanatics. CGC also owns JSA, Autograph Authentication, who we have come to the shop. So they're a huge player in the autograph and collectible grading market. We are an authorized dealer, which means you can bring your stuff in here and submit your things for grading right here through us. You don't have to go buy a membership to be able to do that.
Yeah, saving some money, Jay. I know you got some stuff you need to get graded.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
I've got a collection.
Yeah, it's SATs from high school.
No, they already graded those, and they weren't great amongst the rest of the class of '98. Griffin High.
Let's go.
Speaking of Pokemon, Aaron, you guys had a big Pokemon trade and game night last Saturday. How did that first one go?
We did. That was phenomenal. Man, we were packed in here. Kids, parents, everybody having a good time. Kids trading. We did a bunch of little trivia things and gave packs away. We gave away a Pokemon box. And we did a lot of little specials and sales just for the kids. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. That'll keep going. That's going to become a regular event. As well as on Tuesdays, kids, you got a Kids Club membership card, come in. You get 10% off any of the Pokemon packs on the counter. And on Wednesdays, you come in, you got your Kids Club card, you get 10% off any of the sports card packs on the counter.
Ooh, nice. Didn't know about that. And what do they got to do to get a Kids Club membership card?
Just exactly what you said. Come in and get one.
That's it.
That is it. It works like a reloadable, reusable gift card.
Okay.
So to moms and dads, they can put some money on there. So if they send the kid in, after school, they come in with a friend or, grandma brings them in on the weekend or whatever, they've got money on there. They know how much they can spend. And then they can just reload it as they see fit. We get parents that do it with their kids. They do their chores. They get some good grades. They'll put a few bucks on there for them. And then they can come in and use their card and get a discount and get some cards with it.
Very, very cool. I mean, your monthly events, when we first started doing these interviews with you, you had a couple, and now, you got the big break, you got Rip Night, you got Pokemon Night, you got Trade and Auction Night. I mean, you guys are loading up that calendar and giving a lot of the patrons a lot of different opportunities to do stuff with trading cards.
Yeah, it's keeping us here quite a bit, but, that's a good thing. We love seeing all the collectors coming in, having fun. Getting the kids into it, the kids having a good time with their cards. So, it was a blast last week seeing all of them come in and do the Pokemon trading and do the trivia. Man, the kids are some sharp little traders out there.
These kids nowadays are a lot more savvy than I can ever remember. They'll take advantage of you, Jay, and they'll trade you something you think.
Layer of info, you read about kids, or we can all ask our parents or grandparents or whatever. When they were kids and they traded baseball cards, and it's like, well, I'll trade you Pee Wee Reese, for your Warren Spahn or whatever. Well, no way, Warren Spahn's got 20 wins this year. They knew that side. The kids now, they have to know that stuff. Plus, they know the actual sell value of those cards too.
Yep. Yeah, a lot more information at their fingertips. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
With you as busy as you are, what's some of the stuff you do in your free time, Aaron? Do you ever get free time?
Well, on Fridays I do this radio show call in.
Yeah, right.
Which we appreciate.
That's I don't have the free time I used to have. I really had cut back on gigging and playing music out a couple of years ago, which kind of tied in with all this stuff kicking off with the shop. But yeah, I still get out and do some of that stuff. Went bowling last week.
Nice.
First time I bowled in like 20 years. So yeah, my thumb felt like it was going to fall off for a couple of days. But yeah, I've got to play. A friend of mine's having a record release party next week, and I worked on this record pretty heavily. So I'm going to go out and play that show with him. And be downtown at, I think, Thistle and Thorn on the 15th.
Nice.
And, just keeping busy.
There's a big songwriter festival in town this weekend, too.
Coming up.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Cool.
That's a fun
I keep getting invited to do it, and I keep forgetting to send in the stuff to do it every year. It sneaks up on me.
Yeah.
Jay does, too.
Yeah.
His aren't originals, though. He's a copyright machine.
I heard him rolling in with some Skinner there a minute ago.
Skinner's just, it's safe. It's safe. And it's good. It's classical.
He's just a bit of a simple man.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
You put the simple in simple man.
Yeah.
Oh, but Aaron, as always, I ask you when we get close to the end of the segment, what do you got coming up tonight and tomorrow?
Yeah, so Friday night, that's Kids Club, 6 to 8 p.m. Bring the kids down. We do some box breaks. They do some trading. Have a lot of fun. They can pick up one of those Kids Club membership cards during Kids Club as well. And then tomorrow, we got in-store breaks at noon. A lot of great products going to be out there. So come down at noon, sign up, check the breaks out. You don't even have to sign up. You can hang out and just watch if you want to. Nothing wrong with that, and kind of learn about a lot of the products out on the market. And then, tomorrow night's the one night we don't have an event going on. So who knows? There could be all kind of fun stuff happening down here. It's not even scheduled fun.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of spontaneous fun.
Spontaneous fun indeed, but there's a big football game tomorrow night, so probably a lot of people will be watching that one as well. But Aaron, we always appreciate you joining us on Fridays at 12:20. Have a good weekend, and everybody go out and visit Instant Replay Sports Cards. It's located in the Stanford Station Shopping Plaza, right next to Academy Sports and Outdoors and the Sweet Frog Creamery. Aaron, have a great weekend.
Absolutely. You guys take care. Everybody come see us. Y'all be good.
All right, you guys listen to The Inside Drive, and Jay is a simple kind of man.
Bet you won't play that when we get back.
I will not.
Why not?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he said he bet you, and I'll bet that you will.
10 pennies.
10 pennies, also known as a dime. We'll be right back. You listen to The Inside Drive.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The afternoon underdogs.
Oh, I did want to do a shout out. I mentioned that we had gotten a Tom Brady autograph patch card in, and somebody heard us on the radio, and it's by. So ESPN Radio, they were listening to it, and they came in the shop and bought it.
Let's go,
Yeah,
dude.
so-
Here comes Randy for the commission.
Yeah.
4 to 6 weekdays. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
So you've heard the saying that if you love your job, you'll never have to work? Well, it's true.
I've worked for Brock Lawn and Pest Control for many years. The commitment to the needs of customers.
And their commitment to each employee makes Brock a company I'm very proud to be a part of.
Brock's core values are also mine. Give people more than they expect, and always honor your promises.
This isn't a job, it's a service to help people live a healthier lifestyle.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control. Our family protecting your family.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2024 Kia. You'll see why everyone is talking about Kia. The 2024 Kia will give you the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in a luxury sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Drive away today in a new 2024 Kia K5. Performance, power, and design built just for you. Discover the new Kia at Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia, the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you just like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty.
Saturday on ESPN Radio. A critical showdown at night in Death Valley.
It will be Saturday night in Death Valley.
11th ranked Alabama heads to Baton Rouge to face number 15 LSU. Could the losers playoff hopes in?
Yeah, that's how I get by.
Number 11 Alabama at 15th ranked LSU.
Kickoff Saturday at 6:30 right here on your home for college football on the Gulf Coast, ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Lord, that's how I get by.
Live from the 19th hole.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar.
It's the Inside Drive from the Bill Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studio.
The price is wrong.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you
motto, ladies and gentlemen.
Free bird!
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, you're listening.
That's where I'm headed to next, brother. That's why I wanted. I'm a Simple Man. I'm heading to Simple Man Town. I just need a little, here's a live version of Simple Man.
You listen to Simple Man and Freebird, and you'll be in Jacksonville.
If I had a lighter right now, I would fire it up.
Oh, mine's in the truck.
Good stuff, Jay. Good job today on Fun Friday.
It has been fun.
It has been fun.
Yeah.
I'm almost feeling like, every weekday that you're here, you could play the guitar on our intro. You'd run out of ideas.
I totally would.
That's okay. We can put together a set list for you.
Okay.
But no, I like the surprisingness on Fridays better.
Yeah, I do too.
Keeps me on my toes. On my toes. I want to give a shout out to the UA girls volleyball and soccer team yesterday. Both got victories over Merritt Brown out there, and looking wasn't too bad.
Did you go to Harders afterwards?
No, it did not. Because it does take a little bit of time to get out of Merritt Brown with that right turn at the stop sign and then the left turn at the traffic light. Mm-hmm. But yeah, boys and girls both played well, and the seasons are off and are running. Dr. J. Henley.
Yes, sir.
Got some soccer action from last night. We had Tate beat Bay 6-1. Mosley beat Mariana 6-1. Florida State University High School beat North Bay Haven 2-1. Arnold Marlins, Rutherford, and Bozeman all playing tonight. Arnold is hosting Lincoln at Gavlack Stadium. That's 7 p.m. Lincoln and Arnold both 1-0. Port St. Joe at Rutherford. They both get their soccer seasons kicked off tonight, and then Pine Forest will travel over there to Bozeman High. Pine Forest 1-0-1. Bozeman's 0-2 on the young season. All right, Jay.
Yes, sir.
You know what comes out tonight, I believe, at 5 p.m.?
What?
The the high school football playoff brackets.
Oh.
So we will know this afternoon. We'll talk about it Monday, obviously, coming up, who the Mosley Dolphins are hopefully hosting, who the Arnold Marlins and the Bay High Tornadoes are playing.
Okay. Yep.
As we have. And I think the Port St. Joe, I believe.
I don't think that they're going to be making it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But I think your basketball team made it.
Arnold's basketball team?
No. Just your Southern Elite Sports basketball team's going to be. They got a football game in 7A.
7A.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to need a few more players.
Yeah. You got that
at least
right.
11.
And none of your kids are in high school, so this will be fun.
Yeah, it will be.
It'll go
Good
over
gracious.
well. It'll go over well.
But you can pick one adult to be the quarterback, and we're nominating you.
I like it.
No, I'm ineligible.
No.
I don't have any eligibility left. I left that a long time ago. But yeah, we got our pick'em that we got to do.
Okay.
And we've left enough time to actually discuss a little bit, maybe till we get to a certain amount of things.
That's not
as
good.
long as Jake
That's
keeps
not
it
good.
quick.
Yeah, you going to keep it.
His motto
going
is
quick.
keeping it quick.
Yeah, we're going quick.
Hims.com, ladies and gentlemen.
Dog.
Georgia?
With the old plugger, too.
Oh, man, you're just on fire today, Jay.
Is there such thing as hers.com?
Probably.
Yes, sir.
It's gotta be.
Seems like it's more common for the males than the females, but who really knows?
The older you get, you just peter out.
Peter out.
Peter out.
That's an underused phrase.
Getting petered out.
Liam's like, can you play?
Holy.
Can you play? No, I'm all petered out.
No, there's not really a hers.com. Heller Information Services, which actually the acronym there is HIS.
And Ryan, this is why you get ads on your phone as you try.
I don't get any of these ads.
Huh?
I'm not in that demographic like some of us.
His hers.com takes you to his mission critical reliability personal support.
Man, your service of ads is going to be interesting over the course of the next 30 days.
Facts.
All right. Well, we got to get into this. Jay 48, David 87, and I am hanging out at 75. We'll start with Georgia and Ole Miss. None of these are with the spread, so we're picking straight up here. Georgia currently a 2.5-point favorite on the road, according to ESPN Bet. Total 55.5. Jay, you start the picking.
Remember, he wanted a celebrity picker for today for one of his picks, right? So the Wall's going to be picking this one for him.
To the window, to the wall. That was good. Stick with the guitar. What are you picking?
Look, it's been a red type of week, right? And look, Kansas City won Monday night.
True story.
Yeah, I mean it's been a red
America
week.
won Tuesday.
It's been a red week. Red team prevails tomorrow over Ole Miss.
Red and blue makes purple. Ravens won last night.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like the purple helmets.
Yeah, those were fire.
They were fire. They were nice. All right, so you're going with the Bulldogs because Ole Miss also has red in their uniforms.
It's very slight.
And sometimes they wear the red jersey. So I don't really know what you mean by the old team. So I'm going to put down Ole Miss for you.
Okay, all right. Not good. No, I'm not good with it.
David Hayes, who you got?
Yesterday on the afternoon underdog, all week I've been thinking Georgia.
Okay.
I switched it up yesterday. I'm going to take Ole Miss in this game. Chaos.
I agree with David. I think Ole Miss,
nice.
They play. I know.
This is a fun fact that is like, it doesn't matter if
I said I was going to pick Ole Miss one way or the other, so I'm sticking with what I told myself.
There you go.
And I'm going with Ole Miss because I think they're going to win. I think simply because of chaos, right? And Ole Miss or Lane Kiffin, he's going to pull out all the stops in this game to try to beat the Georgia Bulldogs. So I'm going to go with Ole Miss in this one as well. That way too, if Georgia wins, Jay gets at least 1 point back on both of us.
Long way to go.
Long way to go.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Iowa State at Kansas. Here's one you didn't think I was going to put on there. Iowa State trying to stay atop the Big 12. They are a 3-point favorite on the road against lowly 2-6 Kansas, but only 3 points there, Jay. David Hayes, Iowa State or Kansas?
I mean, Iowa State.
Yeah. I wonder why 3 points.
Because Iowa State lost last week, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know either.
And Kansas, I think, played their last opponent tough, so.
Yeah, and Kansas has the ability to win this game. I'm going with the Iowa State Cyclones as well. Brock Purdy's alma mater.
Going with who?
Iowa State.
Iowa
The
State.
Cyclones.
Okay.
Oh, she's
Iowa State. I mean, I stated.
Who do I go with?
You're supposed to be the quick one.
Is it your favorite bird, the Jayhawk?
Yeah, I think they've got broken wings. I'm going Iowa State Hawkeyes.
The Cyclones broke their wings?
Yeah, yeah.
You're going Iowa State Hawkeyes, are you?
Yeah. Cyclones. That's why I
thought they were the Hawkeyes.
That's Iowa.
Oh,
no
okay.
state. That's like saying the Florida State Gators.
It really is.
Sorry, state of Iowa. I'm sure there's no one listening from Iowa.
Well, Danny Griffin, his daughter, Lexi Griffin, plays soccer. And then we've got Val Solorio, who wrestles at Iowa.
My apologies.
You should. You should. All right, Colorado at Texas Tech. I think I picked first in this one. I think the Buffaloes, this is their season. And although I think this is a little bit of a trap game for them, I think Texas Tech puts up points and Colorado on the road is a little different than Colorado at home. But I'm going to go with the Buffaloes and Ralphie, who is indeed a female Buffalo. Jay Henley?
I'm going to go with the Red Raiders of Texas Tech.
One of my alter egos is also named Ralph, right? Ralph Jackson, kind of Ralphie, kind of makes you feel of the Christmas Story and whatnot. I'll tell you this, the Red Raiders, they are at home, and they've been a team that's been somewhat surprising at times, but they're not going to bring the guns to this battle. The Buffalo is going to beluga all over them things. I don't even know what that word means, but I tell you what, just like a whale's my favorite animal, the Colorado Buffaloes are my favorite in this game. And for the rest of the year, I'm just going to pick the same thing that Ryan does. That way he has no opportunity to get in front of me.
Well, I only pick first, I think, like 2 times every
You may not sound like a smart man, but you really are.
All right, the big one, the Friday, the Saturday night showdown, 6:30 p.m. right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Alabama Crimson Tide traveling to Baton Rouge for the Under the Lights in Death Valley. Some random Tiger is going to be there in a cage going around before the game, and Alabama and LSU both need this win to keep those playoff chances alive. Jay? Your turn.
Tigers at home. You just said it. Tiger there in. I got to go LSU. It's at night. Let's go LSU.
I'm going the opposite of Jay here. I don't even need to give any reasonings. We've only got about 4 minutes left in the show. Anyways,
dang, that went fast.
Let me go. Let me roll with the Tide, brother.
LSU.
Oh,
there we go. Picking up a win.
All right,
just like that.
BYU at Utah. David.
Brigham Young.
Absolutely. That's my, I'm on the BYU wagon.
That's my mater alma.
Mater alma. Jay, BYU or Utah?
The Cougars. Right. I want to go with the Cougars.
All right. Now it's my turn to pick first. Niners at Bucks. Going with the Niners in that one. Jay?
Let's go Niners.
All right.
Yeah, Niners are a favorite at the house here. Bucks still injured. 49ers seem to be getting pretty daggum healthy. Give me San Fran.
All right. Falcons at the Saints. Back to you, Jay.
Unfortunately, I'm picking the Falcons.
Unfortunately, they're leading the division.
Yeah.
I also, fortunately, am picking the Atlanta Falcons.
I can't not pick the Falcons because the Saints are absolutely terrible. And I had to find another game that was somewhat close in spread, so that's the one that landed on the pick'em. All right, Steelers at Commanders.
I'll take the Steelers here. I'll give you an opportunity to take the Commanders, and we'll see what happens.
But what if I didn't want the Commanders?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I'll go with the Commanders. You talked me into that one. Jay?
I'll go Steelers.
Ooh, Steel City.
Yeah.
I do think that the Steelers, this is going to be a good one, that's for sure. All right, Jets at the Cardinals. I go first in this one. I'm taking the Cardinals. Jay?
Cardinals are finding a way to win. I think they do pull it out over the Jets.
The Red Bird.
Yep.
You had an opportunity to stick with your red theme.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, Cardinals are a purdy bird, and it would be absurd for me to go the opposite way. I'd much rather ride on the back of a bird than in an airplane any day.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Gotta watch out for them turds, too.
Yeah, but if I'm riding the bird, I won't have to be watching out for the turds.
Unless you're flying in a pattern and there's a bird above you.
Nah, that's true. They could swoop down and eat me.
Swoop is a great word. It's a great word. All right, last but not least, big matchup. I believe this is Sunday Night Football. Lions at the Texans. It is indeed Sunday Night Football. Look at that.
Yay.
Thank you, ESPN.
Yeah.
Teed it up right for us right there. But yeah, that game will be right here on all these games will actually be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Steelers at Commanders, Jets at Cardinals, Sunday Night Football, Lions at Texans. Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7:20. Jay, I believe it's back to you.
Let's see. I like Goff. I like Kirby Joseph. I mean, unbelievable.
What position does Kirby Joseph
David
play?
Montgomery. I mean, let's go Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. All right.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't take the Lions in this game.
All right. I would want to take the Lions, but just for some parity and a chance to maybe sneak out. I don't think the Texans will win. I don't think they're healthy enough.
Why do this?
Because, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Jay's always going to be last, so I can hang out in the
Wow,
middle.
you hear that? I'm going to get in that daggum spreadsheet, and I'm going to whip it. I'm going to turn it to where Jay's got 87 and Dave's got 47. I'm
And
going
then you'll still win.
roar back like a lion on Sunday Night Football.
So I'm going to take the Texans in that one. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We got a lot of football lined up for you. As I just said, the NFL schedule on Sunday is looking good. If you listened to Joe Bond earlier, make sure you set not only your lineups, but your DFS action before that 8:30 a.m. game. That'll be probably on the NFL Network, I would guess. That is over there in Germany. And to be honest, I forget who's playing in that one. Who's playing in that one, David?
What's that?
Yeah.
Giants Panthers.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
That'll be fun.
What if you saw a giant panther when you were just out and about on a walk?
Could happen.
Ooh.
Could happen. Sounds terrifying.
Florida Panther.
Black Bears fight back. Brown Bears lay down.
That's right.
Golden Bears?
That's the only team that Florida State has beat this year. We'll go out on that. You're listening to the Inside Drive. We'll be back on Tuesday. Won't be back in town yet. We'll have some national action there on Monday, but we'll be back on Tuesday. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend.
No afternoon underdogs today either. I'll be back Monday at 4.
There you go. There you go. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Friday. Partly cloudy the rest of the day with a gentle breeze out of the east-southeast around 8 miles per hour and temps near 83. Tonight we will have some clouds and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be hot at 72. Partly cloudy tomorrow at a high 83 with a gentle breeze. Mostly clouds Sunday with a temp of 80. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower,